Flashback to 1991. The biggest film of the year, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, blasts past box office records and is followed by some big contenders. The chiller of suspense Silence of the Lambs, the hilarious shenanigans of City Slickers, and the youthful retelling of Peter Pan and Hook charged into theaters. Movie audiences everywhere had a great year. However, despite having some golden hits that year, there were a few that fell through the wayside. One of those that seemed to have missed its calling was the cult classic, The Rocketeer. A film set in the Hollywood golden age of 1939, The Rocketeer was introduced in hopes of creating an epic and mature franchise. Disney, trying to cater to the action-adventure genre, took a big risk. Unfortunately, it was not the favorite among critics of the era, and box office numbers were shockingly low. Even now, the film only has an average rating of 60%. Yet, does The Rocketeer crash and burn? Or is this a film classic that didn't get the acclaim it deserved? From my point of view, this film is amazing. Starring Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, Alan Arkin, and Timothy Dalton, The Rocketeer was ahead of its time. The story follows the main character, Cliff Secord, an optimistic young man who wants nothing more than to please his girl and make his mark in the sky. A bit reckless, he gets caught up in an epic mix-up between the mob and ultimately Nazi Germany. The same atmosphere of Indiana Jones, this film is exciting and wants only to provide a Saturday morning serial in an era that is filled with adventure and plenty of suspense. Just like my previous review of Tomorrowland, this film is a beacon of fun storytelling and creativity. Unfortunately, as it tries to break the mold of conventional film from that year, it falls flat mostly because of what was popular at the time. Though some fantastical stories, such as Hook, pushed past that barrier, The Rocketeer was too much to handle. The reason was simple. The film created a whole universe rather than just tell one story. It was made to live on past one telling, one villain, and one objective. If anything, this film can be seen as an origin story for the unexpected hero. Cliff bumbles around and creates just as much havoc and chaos as he creates order and peace. With the secret rocket pack falling into his lap from the legendary Howard Hughes, he takes to the sky in a big yet haphazard way. Not only does the film challenge the modern-day convention of a hero, but also echoes Indiana Jones in saying, the average guy can be a hero. It doesn't take polished fighting skills, radioactive powers, or bags of riches to make a difference. In contrast, a pure heart and a righteous soul is all it takes to battle the bad guys and save the girl. Speaking of the girl, who can ask for a better damsel than Jennifer Connelly? Famed by the epic film Labyrinth, she brings power in her role. Wanting fame in her own career, she is progressive and doesn't sit around waiting for Cliff to do everything for her. Rather than a stereotypical beauty in need of help, she tries her hardest to be independent. Though she still needs help from Cliff from time to time, she is still a strong female character that can stand on her own and even stand alongside Cliff if the time came, despite his constant need to keep her out of the mix. Moving forward, we have our villain, 007 himself. Timothy Dalton comes to the scene in a suave and dastardly way. Dalton plays the swashbuckling actor Neville Sinclair, who is the fictional equivalent of legendary actor Errol Flynn. However, unlike Flynn, Sinclair is a spy loyal to the Nazi regime. Eager to claim the stolen jetpack for Hitler and company, he uses the mafia to do his bidding and cares only for the glory of himself. Simple-minded, Sinclair is a perfect 1920s serial villain that provides a classic archetype for Cliff to defeat. Overall, the film can hold its own. If you can take it for what it was made to be, it is a really enjoyable tale. In its essence, this film is pure fun and a perfect example of the adventure stories of the early 20th century. Disney did it right with this film, and unfortunately, it was the victim of blockbusters of the era. Fortunately, there's been a strong desire to resurrect the franchise. Now we have short story collections, multiple fan art, as well as an overwhelming desire from fans to bring Cliff Secord back to the silver screen. Hopefully, new audiences will get the chance to appreciate and enjoy this series. This film definitely flies with true colors, and there is hope to be found in its tale. I believe in The Rocketeer. This has been an Optimist film review. Thank you for watching.